going to bring you guys on camera just to kind of wave and be stoked about appearing. Here we go. It's Give Local 757 day, 1 p.m. live broadcast. We've got 11 hours to go. We've got all the energy and excitement in the Hampton Roads right here in the room with me. There we are, ladies. Major Donald. We are going to get each one of these guests on here in just a second. This is Give Local 757 live.
Hey, Hampton Roads.
Today is your last chance to help the nonprofits that give so much to our area.
At the Armed Services YMCA, every dollar you donate helps strengthen local military families.
Because of your donation, we served over 6,000 meals.
Go to givelocal757.org and make a donation to the nonprofit of your choice.
Give now! Because of your donation, we can have a safe, full-time, in-person learning environment.
Give now at givelocal757.org.
It has just started, and I can hear you guys in my ear, although not to the stream. But yes, we are in fact live. It's Give Local 757 day. It is just after 1 p.m. And you can see here on the screen, $944,000 already raised by 4,487 donors. And the fun part is, if you are not yet one of those 4,487 people, well, right now is your chance. And I get to introduce you to some really well-deserving nonprofit organizations that deserve your dollars here today during Give Local 757. And why today? Why is today such a great day to donate to these nonprofits as opposed to every other day? Well, if you go to givelocal757.org/prizes, you will see tons and tons of different prizes that your donations can help your favorite nonprofit win. And as we've been doing today, I'm going to bring on my pal, Jen from PCF Virginia. Jen, how's it going?
It's great. We're very excited. We're halfway done and we're almost, we're over 900,000. It's amazing. And we have more prizes to give. So right now I'm going to announce two prizes. We have the Halfway There prize, and that's donations from since midnight to 12 p.m. today. That goes to 20 Pearls Foundation. Our next prize is the Lunch Break prize, and that goes to Norfolk Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. Congratulations to you both, well-deserved, and we'll see you back at the next prize.
Now more than ever, nonprofits and charities across the region need our support. Even though COVID-19 has changed the way we live, these agencies continue to work on the front lines to help those impacted during these uncertain times.
Now more than ever, we need your support.
Your support will allow us to transform lives.
Now more than ever, help the organizations dedicated to helping others.
Donate through Give Local 757 to help today.
Give today at givelocal757.
You know the website. It's givelocal757.org. Again, my name is Chris Strubb. I am your host and producer for today, coming at you live from the Fly the W studio here in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. In just a moment, I will introduce you to those incredible nonprofits that you saw right at the start of the video. Before we get to them, I do want to acknowledge and say thank you to our sponsor, Switcher Studio. Now, Switcher Studio is sponsoring our live stream content today. And if you go to the website that you see at the bottom of the screen, or you just go to switcherstudio.com and you use my discount code GIVE30, then you're going to be able to start with 30 free days of Switcher Studio. And there's a lot of fun things you can do with Switcher Studio. Let's play some pre-COVID content here so you can see how I am able to sort of cross dissolve and cut and wipe and twist to the different pieces of pre-recorded content that we have and the different live guests. We can have up to 8 live guests in the guest room here together. I can turn everybody's mics on and off and play different sound effects. I mean, we've got all kinds of fun sound effects. I'm not even going to get to play most of them today, but probably should have saved that one for our first broadcast of the day. But you get the idea. We're able to play music. We're able to put comments on the screen. If you're running a sports broadcast, we can turn a scoreboard on and off. There's so many different things that you can do with Switcher Studio. And I encourage you to go to the website that you see there at the bottom of the screen, or just go to switcherstudio.com and use discount code GIVE30 to get started with 30 free days of Switcher Studio. You can also get straight to that link from my website, which is givingdayguy.com. So big shout out to our friends at Switcher Studio for everything. So without further ado, let's get back to the big show here. Let me put myself back up on screen. We're going to start with Samantha. We've got Samantha's microphone on. Samantha, happy Give Local 757 Day. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, and it's so exciting to be here with you, Chris. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's absolutely my pleasure. And of course, you're here on behalf of Norfolk CASA.
I am.
You are the volunteer coordinator, so I'm going to ask you about some volunteer opportunities too. But Sam, why don't you get started and just tell us kind of the overall big picture mission of Norfolk CASA?
Sure. So Norfolk CASA's mission is to support and promote court-appointed volunteer advocacy in the city of Norfolk. And we do so that the children in Norfolk, in most cases, victims of abuse or neglect, will have the opportunity to be safe from harm, establish permanency if they are navigating the foster care system, and have an opportunity to thrive as all children should.
It sounds like, of course, today is a great day to make some donations, but you as the volunteer coordinator, it sounds like the organization really runs a lot on volunteers. Can you talk about the importance of volunteers to your nonprofit?
We absolutely do, Chris. We are a volunteer-driven organization. We have just 3 full-time staff members and over 70 volunteers who are actively serving as advocates appointed to children and families in Norfolk CASA. They are the heart of what we do, and we just couldn't do what we do without them.
Awesome. So let's talk about the importance of donations today. Do you guys have any big goals set? How are the donations coming, and where exactly do those dollars go to when someone makes a donation today?
Absolutely. I think that we did set some goals. This will be our second year that most of our in-person fundraisers, I'm sure like many of the other organizations, were canceled because of COVID. So we do have some goals set. And so far, we've been really excited to see the support, both from people who have found us on Facebook or maybe people who have found us through friends of friends sharing things on Facebook. Donations today are going to allow us to continue to do what we do. We know that COVID has had an impact in our community, and we know that statistically, when support is removed from a family or a home, when there's increased stress and maybe financial or even food insecurity, those are the times when unfortunately risk for child abuse, and neglect increases. And so although we have been doing our very best to continue all of our advocacy virtually, we know that now that things are starting to open back up, we anticipate that there will be more children who are in need of a volunteer advocate. And so those donations will help us to continue to find those volunteers in the community, to train them, and then to support and supervise them on their cases with those children.
So you mentioned this is your second year participating in Give Local 757, and I want to just read this off here. Last year was our first year. We had a blast rallying our stakeholders and pushing ourselves to compete and promote. And Give Local 757 helped to save our programming after COVID destroyed our in-person fundraising. So what else? What are you guys doing as an organization today to sort of light a fire under all of your supporters?
Well, I loved the rooster sound, that sound that you played just a little while ago. That's the one. I actually woke up my husband who is also actually a volunteer with Norfolk CASA. That's how we both found the organization, as being volunteers ourselves. And we woke up this morning with our chickens and roosters at 6 a.m. and did a little Facebook Live event, just hoping to kind of drum up support and some energy for the day.
Would you believe the people at home aren't going to believe that I didn't know that before we started this? But Sam, I mean, you could attest, I did not know that before we started this conversation. So let's keep that positive energy and momentum going. Sam, thank you so much for taking the time today, and remind the people one more time where they can go to learn more about your organization even after today is over.
Absolutely. Please visit us at Norfolk CASA, that's CASA.com, to learn more about what we do, to donate. There's a link for the Give Local 757 page there too. And thank you so much again, Chris. It was great getting to spend time with you today.
Oh, thank you, Sam. It was great to meet you. We got to hit the button one more time here, because this is just, it's too much fun.
Thank you.
Great to meet you. And I'm going to bring on here, as we say goodbye to Sam, we say hello to Dr. Janelle Riddick. Don't let me get that wrong. Dr. Riddick, it is great to meet you. Let's make sure, is your mic unmuted?
Yes, it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Riddick, it is great to meet you. Why don't you tell me all about Walk It In, Inc.?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chris, for having me on today. So Walk In It has a mission of developing holistically healthy girls and women, academically, socially, emotionally, and physically. And so we do that through a host of different events, small group and large group mentoring, conferences, exposure events. And so we're really active all throughout the year, really trying to improve the lives of girls and women.
Walk in it, not walk it in. That would be something totally different. So I apologize for that. I printed out my sheet a little too small, but let's learn a little more about the organization. I'm going to play a video that you guys sent in, and we'll come back with Dr. Riddick here in just a moment.
Awesome.
Hello, my name is Janelle Riddick, and I'm the founder and director of Walk In It Incorporated. It is time again for Give Local 757. A couple hundred nonprofit organizations come together to raise funds, and we are excited and looking forward to your support again. For over 13 years, our organization and team have positively impacted the lives of thousands of girls and women. Your giving helps us continue to fulfill our mission of developing holistically healthy girls and women academically, socially, emotionally, and physically. Your giving helps us to mentor and develop hundreds of young girls throughout 6 school systems in Hampton Roads. Your giving helps us award college scholarships, encourage women to fulfill lifetime goals. Thank you in advance for your continued support as we impact lives one step at a time.
One step at a time, Dr. Riddick. And
yes.
It's 13 years worth of steps. I got to play another quick sound effect here for you. 13 years. Running an organization one step at a time. Talk about the unique challenges of 2020 and now the first part of 2021.
Absolutely. Well, certainly, like similar to other nonprofits, much of our work was hands-on, doing mentoring and character development, and really being there to meet the present needs of our participants. And so when everything went to the virtual space, we had to quickly pivot and begin to offer programming virtually. And so I just applaud our team for being able to still touch bases with our young ladies who are in schools and just kind of checking in on them and making sure that not only were they thriving academically, but also making sure their social and emotional well-being was intact. And so we were not able to do our largest fundraiser on last year, which was our annual gala. But we're excited this year because Give Local for us is kicking off our gala time. So we have that coming up this year as well.
When give me some more details on that gala.
Absolutely. So on June 5th, we are hosting a night of celebration where we will celebrate the great things that we've been able to accomplish over the past 13 years. We'll hear from some of our alumni to figure out where are they now, what the program has meant to them. We will award scholarships on that night, and then we'll have a chance for donors to make a long-term commitment to the continuation of our programming. So we're super excited about that night, June 5th.
Let's talk a little bit about the specific impact of dollars raised today. So do you have a specific goal in mind? How is that goal coming along? And when someone watching this at home goes to make their donation right now, where exactly is that money going?
Absolutely. So our goal for today is $10,000. We're super excited because we already have a $6,000 match. And
Love
so
it.
we are well on our way to exceeding that $10,000 goal once we incorporate the $6,000 match. And so we're super appreciative for that. In terms of where your dollars will go toward helping our programming for our young ladies who are from grades 4 through 12. It will also help fund our scholarships that will be awarded at our June 5th celebration gala, but also throughout the year as we seek to offer continual support to our participants. And so know that your giving today also helps go toward our larger goal. We have a $100,000 goal for our June 5th gala. And so funds today will help go toward that goal. So we're very excited. So givers today, you get a double bang for your buck when you give toward Give Local today.
That's what we love to hear. We love seeing those big 6-figure goals. And, I feel very confident having just met you here for a few minutes, that you guys will be well on the way to reaching and exceeding that goal at that gala. So I really want to wish you the best of luck, not just today, but coming up, you said June 13th?
June 5th, Saturday, June 5th.
June 5th, so not the 13th, Saturday, June 5th. Mark it down on your calendars. Walk in it as I fix my sheet here. Walk in it, Inc. Thank you so much, Dr. Riddick. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I wish you the absolute best of luck in the remaining 10 and a half hours here.
You're doing a great job, Chris, so keep it up.
Oh, hey, thank you so much. I got a little sugar, caffeine in the cup.
Yes.
We'll rotate some different things into the cup as the day heads into the night. We'll leave it at that as we bring on Major Donald and say goodbye to Dr. Riddick. Good morning, Major Donald Dillman. Did I get it right?
Hey, good afternoon. You got it right. That's right, Chris.
Perfect. Perfect. Hey, it's great to meet you. I am a huge fan of the Salvation Army. Selfishly, this is one of the reasons why I love being the Giving Day guy and getting to work with all these different communities around the U.S. The Salvation Army is always one of my favorite organizations to speak to. So right off the bat, thank you for everything that you guys do. And I can even say myself, I know that if I asked you to explain everything that you do, it would probably take us until the end of Give Local 757, but I'll give you a couple minutes to try and sum it up.
Yeah, well, the mission of the Salvation Army is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to meet human needs in his name without discrimination. And so for the Salvation Army across the nation, that looks different in different communities. But I can tell you here in Hampton Roads what that looks like. It looks like sheltering homeless men, women, and children 365 days a year, feeding families, especially through the pandemic where we saw an increase in that need. Again, 365 days a year, helping people with rent and utility assistance to prevent eviction or utility disconnects. And so, as you said, those are a few things that we do locally here in Hampton Roads.
It's really incredible to think about the impact of the Salvation Army. Full disclosure, I worked as a National Red Kettle Ambassador back in 2017, got to visit Salvation Army locations in 25 states and learned quickly that the Salvation Army has a presence in every zip code in America, which just blows my mind every time you think about it. I mean, there's just so much impact that really the Salvation Army has. So you mentioned some of the different specific things that the Army in the Hampton Roads region does. Talk about the direct impact of the dollars that are going to be raised today during Give Local 757.
Yeah, well, today, all monies that are raised through Give Local 757 will go to our Hope Village, which is a residential village. It's a gated community for homeless women and children. And really, that is a 6-month program to take them from being homeless to hopefully setting them on the steps necessary to get them to stable and affordable and permanent housing. And so all monies that are raised today will go directly toward that program in the case management and helping these women and their families to achieve that goal.
What does it mean for you personally, Major, to represent the Salvation Army? I mean, what brought you to the Army in the first place?
Yeah, well, I've been with the Salvation Army, my wife and I, for 18 years. And we actually were introduced to the Salvation Army as volunteers back when we were in college. We actually volunteered to feed the homeless at the soup kitchen in Greensboro, North Carolina, at their Center of Hope. And so from there, we began to fall in love with the Salvation Army and the mission. And then later on went to seminary to actually become officers in the Salvation Army.
Well, Major, if you got a second, just hang on here.
Uh-oh.
You know, I've got a lot of sound effects that I can play here. You heard the rooster a minute ago.
Uh-oh.
But there's one sound effect that you have to make if you can. And that to me, that's the little bell that I've got here. It's so wonderful to get a chance to speak to and see the Salvation Army here in mid-May. Right. Again, a lot of people, I think, associate the Salvation Army with Christmas time and, of course, the kettle ringers and everything. But the Salvation Army really does have a great impact on people's lives 365 days a year.
Absolutely. You know, we every day we remind our staff of what our purpose is here. And our purpose is to help those in need. And throughout this community, we do that each and every day. And it is really an honor to be a part of such a wonderful organization who has, you know, here in Hampton Roads, they've been here over 140 years in this area.
Wow. Wow. Well, Major, we know you've got a very busy day going on. I'm sure there's a lot of different things. You guys have anything special planned for Give Local on your social media channels or anything else that we can direct people to today?
Yeah, well, we have our social media channels, of course. That's the Salvation Army of Hampton Roads Area Command. That's on Facebook and Instagram as well. Then, of course, on our website, salvationarmyhrba.org.
Awesome. Major, it was such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for all that you do. Guarantee you got a donation coming your way as soon as I get a few minutes to type in on my computer. Just so very grateful for the Salvation Army all across the country and everything that you guys do for the community. So thank you for all that you do in the Hampton Roads.
Thank you, Chris, for all that you're doing today, and especially as we all come to celebrate each other, because that's what it is. It's community helping community, and all of the organizations taking our place and our part in that. And so, Chris, thank you for bringing this together for us today, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. It's absolutely my pleasure. It's such an honor to be here and get a chance to meet every single one of you guys. So I really do appreciate it. Major Donald Doman, we really appreciate your time. And here we are. We're going to take another look at the leaderboard here, if you will. 4,665 donors have raised $965,798 so far for 211 participating nonprofit organizations. And of course, you can go to givelocal757.org and make your donation now. I know that our friends at GiveGab up in Ithaca are listening, so shout out to Larissa. It's just such a simple process to make a donation on the website. It's also very simple. It's almost like going on Amazon where you throw something in your cart and you can just go on and keep adding more and more nonprofits. I'm going to bring the nonprofits back on here because they're all still here smiling with me. So if you guys want to hang out, I'll hang out. Here we go. I think they all want to get back to work, but let's unmute everybody and just see. Guys, isn't it really simple to make a donation? I mean, as we push towards this $1 million mark here at around 130, it's so easy. And, you know, as the Major was saying a minute ago, it's all about organizations supporting one another. So I take it you guys are also looking at what other nonprofits are doing today and really proud of what's happening all around your community. Is that right, Dr. Riddick?
Absolutely. It's so energizing to be a part of all the great work that is happening in 757. I know for myself, I've already donated to multiple organizations beyond Walk In It because it is such a great, exciting day. So it really is energizing for all of us.
And Samantha, I feel like today is just a day that we all kind of need, you know, that you kind of look forward to a day like this all year round. You know, again, this is the 8th year of Give Local 757. And when you start to hit that stride like that, it's something that really becomes intrinsic in the community. It's something that I'm sure each of you guys look forward to year after year, right, Sam?
Absolutely. This is just our second year participating in Give Local 757, but it has been a wild ride. We are having so much fun. We love seeing the turnout of all of the community members, logging in, and all of the other organizations that are coming together to let the community know what they need and just to celebrate one another and what we're doing. So thank you again. And,
I produced a Giving Day last Friday in York, Pennsylvania. We had a guest come on who mentioned that if he had a chance, he would get the word collaboration tattooed on his forehead. So Major, can you touch on, are there other nonprofits around the Hampton Roads area that you guys work with at the Salvation Army, sort of in communication with, to talk about the collaborative nature of just the nonprofit sector?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm fairly new to this area, just moving from Richmond, Virginia back in June. And so it's a strange time for me to move and to get out and to meet folks. But I know that the Salvation Army works with so many nonprofits in this area, because what we realize is that, yes, the Salvation Army can provide the food and the shelter, but we lean so heavily on these other organizations to provide things such as mental health and domestic violence, situational, help, and so many other things that we as the Salvation Army, it's not part of what we do specifically, but we know there's other organizations that's what they do 365 days a year. And so really it's a partnership to say, listen, we'll take care of the shelter, we'll take care of the food and the clothing, but we need your help. And again, ultimately, we're all in this together to help the individuals that we serve. Collaboration, I love that. I can see it now. First Salvation Army officer with the tattoo on my forehead.
I love it. And, I guess maybe we didn't think that today's live streams would be like a networking hour, but, I've got Samantha's email address here. If you guys want to trade contact information, we'll turn the music back on and let everyone sort of trade business cards here before we go. It's such a pleasure, and just indulge me here for a minute, but it's such an honor to get a chance to meet all of you guys. I know it's kind of weird again here in, once again, a COVID friendly virtual environment, but it's such an honor to get a chance to chat with each one of you guys. The three of you and everyone that I've met so far today, and everyone who's coming up, we'll have more broadcasts starting again at 3 p.m. Although I'll be honest with you, and I know Tammy's watching back at home, I'm very tempted to keep stretching this out. Maybe we'll let our nonprofits get back to work, but I really want to hit that $1 million mark on a live stream. That would be pretty fun to do. But it's really just amazing when you get to see and hear from the people behind all of these organizations and get to understand the work that goes into everything that they do. I mean, Dr. Riddick, 13 years worth. I mean, it's been a real adventure to get here today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And seeing the impact in lives has been makes it all worthwhile.
Can you talk about, just real quick, the journey of starting an organization and sort of the courage that it took to make that leap?
Absolutely. And so I think, like many people, we saw a need and are so grateful for all those who came alongside. So we saw a need that there were some communities that really needed the academic, emotional support. And so we were able to initiate that. And then there were just wonderful contributors and supporters who said, we also acknowledge the need. We want to help. We want to see these girls and women maximize their potential. What can we do? And so, starting in one school, for example, with 13 girls, and then now, serving 6 school districts, over 700 girls a month, just lets us know that, our work is not in vain, and it is continuing to impact not just their lives, but their families and our communities.
Well, Dr. Janelle Riddick, Major Donald Doman, and Samantha Cutshaw, I don't want to keep you all day. I mean, I do want to keep you all day. Don't get me wrong. But I want to make sure that you guys can get your work done and make all the connections and send all the emails and make the phone calls and express all that gratitude. So we will just together say thank you to all of the donors that are really making today possible. Is that right, Dr. Riddick? I mean, that's what it's about.
Yes.
And so we'll keep those donors numbers rolling. We will say goodbye to our wonderful guests. So thank you to each of you again for taking the time. And we will come back here to Chris, and we will say thank you again. $972,098. So far today, it is 131 here on the East Coast. If you're just tuning in, my name is Chris Jubb, the Giving Day guy, coming at you live with Give Local 757 2021. Let's show you some stats about the Giving Day here. This is year number 8, as we've mentioned numerous times today. You can see back in 2014, started at $190,000 raised. Each year has climbed. And then last year, of course, during the pandemic, we saw that major jump up to $1.6 million raised. 1.667977 last year from 15,215 total donations, 7,134 total donors, and then those 230 nonprofits. It's pretty incredible to look at the cumulative impact that you, Hampton Roads, can have. And even if you're not in the Hampton Roads, maybe you're like me and 3 weeks ago, you had never heard the phrase Hampton Roads. That's okay too, right? You can jump on and you can support any one of these awesome organizations. That's what I'm here for, is to create a stage for these wonderful folks that you just met and to help cheer everybody on as we head past and through that $1 million mark. So stay tuned. I will officially, Larissa, I will officially be back at 3 p.m. and we'll show you who we have coming up here at 3 p.m. That is, of course, Smart Beginnings, Virginia Peninsula, Peninsula Catholic High School, Community Nights, Inc., and Spirit Works Foundation Center for the Soul. And we may be back intermittently in between there to celebrate our surpassing $1 million. So signing off for now from the Fly the W studio here in Greenville, South Carolina. It's Chris Jubb, the Giving Day guy, waving ta-ta for now. And I will see you guys again at 3 p.m. Thank you, guys.